Looking to have a Christmas party and want to make it tax efficient? Well, you're in the right place. As a business accountant, my team and I spend all day long helping business owners on their journey. And one of the things that pops up a lot this time of year is, of course, what the tax rules are around giving things, whether that's gifts, Christmas parties, all these types of things. Well, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about Christmas parties. Now, I'm mainly going to talk about limited company owners and limited companies in this particular video. There are limited uses, though, for sole traders with teams, so it's worth bearing this in mind. It's just not, some of the things I'll mention around directors don't apply to you if you're a sole trader. So just a little caveat there. But yeah, this time of year, people really interested in what they can do for their team and also for themselves. You know, there might be a one-person company, a freelancer, say, who has a limited company, and they're wondering, is there anything for me as a Christmas party? And the answer is definitely. So before we get into this video, if you like these type of things, make sure to click the subscribe button below. You get notified whenever we release another one just like it. So let's get into some of the detail then. Well, the main thing to understand is that you're allowed to have annual functions. Now, I'm talking in this video with a catchy headline of Christmas party because, you know, that's generally where it's used. But actually, it's an annual function, they call it. So it doesn't have to be a Christmas party. It could be a summer barbecue. I know in some firms, they don't celebrate Christmas, so that's not a thing. So they'll do it somewhere else. And there is a exemption. So it's £150 exemption per head for each employee, including you as the director. So that's quite a lot of money for a general Christmas party, but it includes all the costs. So if you want to do overnight stays, so you might book a hotel, let's say you've got a team of 5, hotels for all of them, the food, the drinks, to have all the rest of it. And you've got to make sure that when you divide it down, it doesn't go over £150 per head, including VAT. So that's it. It's not an allowance, so it's not knock off £150 and pay over the rest. It's either not taxable on them or it's completely taxable on them at £151, so bear that in mind. And when I say tax deductible, I mean for your limited company, it's going to come off your tax bill, you know. So if you paid a massive party of 10 grand at the current rate of corporation tax of 19%, you're going to save £1,900 of corporation tax. So that's quite nice. In most cases, you're going to be able to claim the VAT back if you're VAT registered, and I use most cases because it very much depends on certain situations, who's at the party, how many people you've got, and things like that. So I'm going to keep that to a minimum in this video, but it's just worth understanding that under general principles, it's not blocked. Because if you're entertaining non-staff, so if you're going out and you're entertaining customers or subcontractors and people like that, that's under the normal business entertainment rules. And there's other videos that I've done on this, but generally you wouldn't be able to claim VAT or get a tax deduction on it. So this is very much staff and team parties. But as I mentioned, this could be for you individually. You know, if you're a one-person company, you can go out and do this. Now, the only sort of caveat that I want to talk about this is if you've got a wider team, so let's say you've got 5 people team. Now, the party has to be open to all. So it can't be like I'm going to have a little secret director's party over here and you guys can go over there. It has to be sort of, it is, I think, in reality, it's pitched at that, you know, overall staff party type affair. So bear that in mind. But if it happens to be you are the only director, then of course that's okay. Just the VAT thing's another side, but let's just talk about the normal tax in this £150 a head. Then you, as the sole director, can still go and do that. And you can invite guests, so you can take your partner out as well for you, and that goes in the per head allocation as well. So there's no tax consequences on them on this. It's just exactly as it would normally. So as you say, just use it in the spirit of the rules. And you know, if you're going to invite, so we do it here, we take the whole team out and invite all the partners along to come and celebrate with us. So and that's very much within the spirit of the rules. So yeah, those kind of staff parties are what we're looking at, but it can be annual functions. So as I said, it doesn't have to be Christmas. The other thing is it doesn't have to be one event, so you could split it over multiple. This allowance runs in the tax year, this £150 a head, so you could do, you know, £75 of it and below at Christmas do, and maybe £75 and below at the annual function, say like a summer barbecue or something like that. So it's possible to split it over several as well. And interestingly enough, because of COVID-19, HMRC have recently come out, I don't know if it almost feels like a little bit of a publicity stunt, but I suppose it does help clarify it and say, look, virtual parties are okay. So if you're doing a Zoom get together and you know you want to provide food or something like that, like you would do if you were part of an annual function, then technically those things are used under the same allowance as everything else. It's actually on there. I think I did an Instagram story on it the other day. It's on the revenue site now under the guidance that the virtual parties are okay. So there you go. that is a bit of good news. And then finally, it's worth saying that you could spend over £150 a head. You could drop £3,000 on an amazing night out or something like that, but there would be personal tax consequences for you as a director or the people involved with this, because as I say, it is an exemption. So if you go over the £150 a head, you're into the realms of having a personal benefit basically. And again, I'm not going to go too much into the details rules, but let's say it's not very tax efficient, and obviously you're here for a tax efficient Christmas party, so just but it is there, and that many of the costs inside a limited company actually is the same sort of thing. The answer is often yes, you could do it, but, and in this case it's the same. Yes, you could spend more than £150, but I wouldn't if you're looking for the tax efficiency point of view. And then one thing that's really important, just as a reminder, we're talking about annual functions here, so the cost of food, entertainment, the hotels, the travel there, all these kind of things inside this exemption. What we're not talking about is Christmas gifts and the like. And we have done other videos on that. If you look at trivial benefits, one was called as a tax secret I put out, and there's another one called business gifts. At the time of recording this, they're out there at the moment, and they talk about what you can do to tax efficiently give gifts to you or your team. This is outside of that. So just check those two videos out. I think they'd be a good starting place to understand what you can and can't do there. So that's it. That is the Christmas party done in a tax efficient manner. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe and share with your network, and we'll see you in the next one.